I wouldn't put it past them to come out with a Nyan Cat in a game like this. Alright. Apples and oranges. And cherries. And these little lightsaber dudes. I mean, at this point, it's basically rinse and repeat, except for the boss fights. Later on in the game, I know pretty well that excuse me, the types of enemies that you fight can actually be a little bit more tricky than just walk up to them and beat them in the face. Like, some of them will actually counter you. You see that in the very beginning, but you don't see too much of it until much later in this game. And then by the time you realize, hey, I really needed magic or some kind of range to help me out.
Yeah.
It's too late. You're screwed. So it's best to just keep your points to yourself, basically, until you reach like level 30 or something. Then you could probably just... I'd say the first 10 levels, use your points, level up your character, depending on your playstyle. And then for like the next 20 levels, don't do anything with your points and just wait, because you'll have to bump up your defense, your speed, and most likely your magic instead of your strength for the end game. Unless you are really good at this game. This is like the only... I've played many of the beat-em-up style games that Newgrounds had that were actually kind of like this. If you remember, there were a lot of like tester versions of this game. But it was basically like you're Tom Fulp or Dan Paladin, and you're going to be walking around punching nerds in the face. Yeah.
There's one with Dad as well, that character that was basically just dude in a purple skin tight suit. He's like super ripped. He just went around killing children. I think it's because, if I remember the story correct for that, is because they like picked on your kid though, so that's alright. As long as there's some justification for it.
Whoa! I can throw grenades.
I think I found the right way to go now. The best and worst bit about playing online is having the messages on the floor. Some of them, you know, you can help you out, but there's so many people that just try and troll you as well. That every time I read one out, like there's one there that just said bonfire ahead, and it was down this hole, and I was just like, really? Is it? Do I dare to dream? I don't want to get like screwed over again.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna rest here.
It's real easy to spot mimics now in this.
Oh, really? Do they have something like the chain?
They don't have that anymore, no, but they sort of breathe. So if you just, like, before you open a chest and you just stand in front of it and leave it like a second, you'll see it like very slowly, sort of, the little lid like move up and down, and then you're like, nah, you're not getting me with that.
Yeah, I remember in the original game, the original Dark Souls, there was none of that. It was like the chain, if it was moved towards you, it was a mimic. If it was moved away from you, it was okay. Something so stupidly simple like that fucked everybody over the first time. Especially in a
trial and error.
Yeah, especially in a New Londo. Or excuse me, is it Anor Londo? The big castle?
Yeah, that's the New
I keep.
Londo is the flooded bit.
Yeah.
Not too far from the starting, well, the hub area, really. You had to go down that elevator, which was fine. It wasn't too bad, but it was them ghosts. You needed the transient curse, so you couldn't even hit them. That screwed with me for a while.
Oh, I go down there.
Okay,
I go down there and I get the rapier.
Mm.
It's free and it's easy to get, and you don't have to worry about enemies. You get that rapier and just charge through the first bell tower area. Because, I mean, the rapier is just so fast at that point, and the enemies are really stupid. Even Baldur Knights, if you get parried by attacking a Baldur Knight with a rapier, you can actually just counter them right back. So it's like, nobody can really stop you. Except that wizard guy who... He's really easy to kill. He's really easy to kill, but, you know, the channeler.
It's behind all his dudes, yeah. Channeler being...
I remember going through there, and I purposely waited until I was a high level before I even touched that top area and fought the gargoyles, just to see if I could do this. I got my character. I went over towards the Dark Root Garden and just started farming things there.
Mm. Yeah, because you get you get quite a lot of it. You get all the moss clump stuff. Which
and I went down.
Ironically, would be very helpful for me now because I've not noticed that.
I went down to fight I went down to fight the Dark Knight or the Silver Knight that has the glaive at the base.
Yeah.
And I actually killed him. It took me like 4 or 5 tries, but I actually killed him at like level 2. By just being a dickhead and backstabbing like a noob.
Hey, it works. It works.
And he dropped the glaive. So with all the souls that I got from that area, I put it all into Dex and Strength, and was able to wield the glaive. Well, I went back through to where that channeler was, and those things just kept coming after me, buffed and everything. I charged right through the middle. I waited until they all got into the hallway, ran around the corner of where the staircase was, charged through, and did a running spin attack, like the two-handed R2 whirly tornado of death.
You get about 2-3 hits. Well, 3 is that if you're real close.
I spun around. My character spun around, killed everything in one shot. No-clipped through the wall and destroyed the channeler too.
Oh god!
I was like, holy shit! Why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I just use a halberd and go through there?
I've been quite lucky with this. I haven't had any sort of bugs or glitch things happen. Normally with whatever game I'm playing, there's always something. It just seems to happen to me. I remember one of the first things ages ago when I first got sort of a 360, one of the first games I played was The Darkness, and you remember it like the FPS sort of thing. You had the demon palace halfway through it, it's with tentacle things. Anyway, there's a bit in it where you sit down on a couch and at your girlfriend's place, and there's a film going, and there's supposed to be an option for you to get up. Didn't have it, and I thought it was just I'm waiting 10 minutes, nothing. And no one, I don't know anyone else, I even looked online, I didn't see anyone else ever have that problem. I'm just stuck on this couch watching It's a Wonderful Life for all eternity.
Oh.
To restart a whole game, I think. Up the level again.
I think my own version of my version of a personal hell would be if for whatever reason my solid state drive crashed.
Oh dang, yeah, mine's like my C drive. That would be everything over.
Not my C drive. With my system, it's hybrid, so it runs my solid state with my main hard drive.
Alright.
So the solid state, you won't even see it, but it actually does work. I've tested it, and the way the MOBO or the motherboard and the BIOS system configured it automatically was it will just run the operating system and anything load bearing. Yeah. And then my hard drive will just be for dumping storage and stuff, like the desktop and the random folders and shit that you get with Windows 10. But it doesn't actually show it up, but it does work, which is it like automatically configured it to be a hybrid build, which was cool because I didn't have to do jack shit to it except put the solid state in the first slot in the BIOS boot menu. No big deal. But if that just tanked I mean, if that died, my entire computer would turn to rubbish in about 3.2 milliseconds. So I couldn't access anything. I'd have to literally buy another solid state, hook it up, and hopefully the motherboard didn't get fried by static in the process. I'd be sitting here just fuming, and I'm afraid the first thing I would do would be to get on Twitch or start live streaming or something and just for like 45 minutes.
You literally sounded just like the monster I was fighting then. No, I disagree too. Like, because my server is basically comprised of 2 SSDs, like, raided together. So if one went down, I don't know what it would destroy, but I'm guessing that it wouldn't just work on whatever's on the one.
I'd probably end up ripping the Xbox One apart just using that one until I could buy until the new one that got shipped from Amazon. Because I'm running a 850 Pro, a Samsung 850 Pro 512 solid state. It is pretty baller. I mean, this thing is liquid lightning.
Yeah, that's so much quicker.
I was gonna go with like a cheaper Kingston or Crucial one, but I'm so glad I got the Samsung. Paid placement, product, stuff. Pay me. Thank you. But yeah, I'm running a Asus, essentially an Asus system. I got a Strix 960 4 gig. I want to be able to. I was looking at it, and I was hoping to get a 970 to start VR or virtual reality. I mean, that would be. It's just crazy. That would just be awesome to get that kind of system up and running and really start getting some stuff back from the channel, because everybody's watching those right now. And I'd really like to get I'd really like to make it so it'd be people would start making games for the virtual reality, because that's one thing that I had a long-term goal of on my channel was I'm going to be starting to make a game from scratch.
That's a lot of work.
I'm going to be using a CryEngine, but I'm not going to be using these like pre-made template bullshit things that you can buy for like £5, £10. Because that's going to be like, I'm not going to shell out $1,200 to create something that Steam would declare a pile of shit. I'm actually learning programming for C# and C++ right now. Trying to get myself familiar with that system. As far as like actually using the tools and creating a world, like the base level world, it's not so much different than running like Maya or Blender. So I kind of get how all those work together. I love Blender, man. That creation software is fucking awesome. Maya is better, it's more user friendly, but it's like $2,000.
Yes.
Oh, fuck that. Blender is free. It does the same damn thing.
I would rather save $2,000 and it be less user friendly any day.
Yeah. The reason I was using Blender because I had to really like get used to Blender because I was messing around with a friend of mine's 3D printer. And let me tell you, dude, those things, if you can get even the cheapest piece of crap on the market, is better than anything that has ever came into existence. Those 3D printers are just, oh, they're so cool.
I've always wanted to play around with one.
You can actually
I don't know anyone that has one.
Well, it's not just making like plastic ornaments and stuff. You can actually go online to certain websites and get different materials that the 3D printer will use. Like, for example, copper, or like a different plastic polymer. You can actually, I've seen a video where people made an actual working gun
God.
that actually didn't backfire or die. I mean, they shot like 60 rounds with it, and it finally, the hammer finally busted on it. But they could actually shoot 60 rounds, and they would actually, the projectile would have almost as much force as like a .22 pistol.
That's pretty cool.
It was, I mean...
Maybe that's why they're not so common here in the UK.
Yeah. Hey, just download... Let's just drop the Iron Curtain right now on these shipments. We don't want people, like, going around shooting each other with plastic bullets. But you can create microchips and stuff. There was one of my friends, one of my IT friends, he actually knew a guy who even showed it to me, like, the actual product. The guy created a 32 megabytes flash drive board, and it created the case for it with the 3D printer, all of it with 3D printer. He used the gold inlay wire or the gold resin to make like super fine details. Now this guy's 3D printer was like one of those $50,000 industrial size ones that have like, they have anywhere from a 1/10 of a millimeter thickness for the resin to come out to an inch wide for like large scale projects, like full life size like statues and stuff that they throw out that they sell to E3 after they paint it. It was just so cool, some of the stuff that they can do now.
It's always fascinated me how quick technology can like move on.
Yeah, imagine
keeping up with it. I think is just impossible. Like as a single person.
Like 2002. You remember 2002? Personally, I was 2002. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade at the time, and we were using these rundown bullshit computers, learning how to type in computer class with a program that we were still running like Windows 98 or something at that time. And we had like these old Apple G4s. And they were just horrendous. Compared to, that was only like 13, 14 years ago. And then you, like, from 2002 to 2008, it became, at 2008, things started to open up for gamers. You were able to like really live stream, you were able to put your stuff out on YouTube and get recognized. And now, in just a short period, just 8 years since that point, it's just been everybody in the world can do anything they want, post it online, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, there's a million different ways, apps, you name it. Anyone with a phone can pretty much do it now. Like
Vines, they just walk around in public and do stupid shit all day long.
Yep.
And then they post it directly from their phone to a motherfucking Wi-Fi spot and post it on YouTube. It's just like that quick. Man, I remember having to like sit down, edit, like get it get the file to like convert to something I could use for the computer, put it into an editing software system to convert it yet again so I can upload it to YouTube, and it would take like fucking 20 years for a 10-minute video to upload. Now it's just like
not with YouTube, but like when you're saying about like the 2002, that was when I was at college doing media studies, and we did stuff like video editing and audio editing through that. I was using probably like Adobe Premiere like 1 on these pieces of shit computers. And we weren't doing anything massively long, so you're talking maybe 15-minute like tops of like video, and for that to render sort of like, I remember get in the middle of the day, right, well, the beginning of the day, right, finished editing, right, it needs to render, and I would just like, I might as well have just gone home and come back at like the end of the day because it took that long. It was ridiculous. And now, like with this computer I've got, it can be, you know, like a 1080p 60 frames a second, like, you know, hour-long thing, and it's like, oh, it'll take like hour and a half.
Yeah, it's like mine. I was running a mid 2007 iMac. Okay, I had a 1.9 gigahertz dual core Intel processor. It had 2 gigs of RAM, 320 gigabyte hard drive. Okay, not even a black or a green style 64 megabyte cache hard drive. It was like a 16 meg slow as a motherfucker hard drive. And it actually, for some reason, the software drivers, it originally was 250 gigs. Somehow between the time I bought it and the time I got rid of that piece of crap, it went from 250 to 320 magically. I don't even know. I updated the system after like a year of having not used it, and it just automatically updated everything. So I was running like 2.2 overclocked dual core and a 320 gigabyte hard drive, and I was like, cool, this is awesome. And then I hear about other people who are doing the exact same thing I am, just doing it super fast, and their computers were just a million times better than mine. And I'm like, God, I paid $2,000 for this thing, and it was baller back in the day. What the hell happened? Things just move so quick. And I got rid of that. I sold it for like $150.
That's the worst bit, when you go to move on and then like you sell the stuff that you paid like so much for, and it's just worth like nothing now, technology-wise.
Well, I've got a Fractal G5 case. It's I'm running 140 millimeter fans. I think I got 7 of them in this thing.
I need some more in mine.
I'm doing a liquid cooled. I'm doing a liquid cooled system. Actually, excuse me, a water cooled Corsair H110i GT. On a Z170 Asus motherboard. The processor itself is a new Skylake i7 6700K unlocked. It is the best I could find for relatively decent amount of money. It's a $400 freaking processor, but I can use a CPU burn, and I can't get it past 70%. You remember that old software that you could use it to test the processor to make it go up to like 100% instantly to test certain console settings that you have?
No.
It's called a CPU. It's called CPU burn, and it just, from a brief second, it'll flash it to 100% just to see if there are any problems. It's like a diagnostic kind of software, but it won't go past 70%. And it's not even overclocked. It's standard. The program itself is like 5 years old, and it won't actually register how powerful this processor can get. And this is a quad core. I mean, this is not 6 cores or 8 cores, it's just quad core. But it's, I don't know what they did differently between this i7 and last generation's i7, but it's crazy. I mean, I can run everything perfectly fine with no lag. So, I'm just happy with where it is at now, but it's taken me like 2 years to piece together this computer. I'm also running dual monitors. I have my my BenQ 28-inch, 1 millisecond, just super jacked up hunk of junk that actually I got on sale. They were like $500, and this one website was selling it for like 200 in the scratch and dent, and it literally wasn't even a scratch and dent. It had like one scuff on the back of it, and it was where the plastic foil was. Somebody didn't even take off the plastic foil, so there was a scuff on the plastic filament on the back of it, and they sold it for half price. And I was like,
I love that.
Yeah, I was like, that's mine. Yes, I see that right away. You don't? Screw you. This is mine. And I've got a the other monitor's like a 24. There's a 24-inch Acer monitor. I got that for $50. Excuse me, not 24, a 22-inch Acer for $50, just so I could manage the stream, other background applications I have when I'm recording. Just, but yeah, it's taken me like 2 years to piece this crap together and get everything set up. So I hope it's just really fun for me to do this kind of stuff.
I was just running some proper piece of shit thing for like the last few years, and I have the money this year to like get something decent. So I've only had this thing since end of February, I think, this year.
Wow.
It's been so nice. It reached the point where the other one where it just couldn't run new things that was coming out. That was about it. It was just so dead, and now it's just it's so nice having something that just works.
Oh, I know what you mean. When I had my iMac, I had that thing for 8 years, and that, dude, let me tell you, I don't know how I did it, but I recorded, rendered and uploaded 1080p videos with that computer. But it took literally all day to render one video. So I was putting in like maybe one video a week if I was lucky, maybe 2 if I could like chop a 30-minute video down to like 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was horrendous. And I thought I was doing good. When I downloaded the new codecs for the full HD codecs for this computer, I'm running 1080p 60 frames per second. Render time is like 35 minutes on a 20-minute video. And then upload time is like an hour and a half, depending on post-processing from the YouTube servers.
That's where a lot of my time tends to go. Like the upload time is ridiculous for me. I think I haven't got the best internet connection I can get, like where I am, so I need to sort that out early, but the connection I've got is good enough. It just means it just takes a little bit longer.
Ah, fighting this big dagger throwing Cyclops motherfucker. Oh god. It feels like I'm playing Dark Souls. That's how hard this part is. I mean, this is the one level in the game that is just an absolute bastard. Oh god, no. Come on, come on, come on. I'm kind of doing well. I don't want to jinx myself. You know how it works. You're like, yay, I'm doing well. I got all this stuff. I'm full of health. One enemy comes along or one move happens, and it wrecks your entire day.
Yeah, that's happened quite a lot with this today. I just get stun locked by a couple of enemies, like in a little group that I've gone past probably, 5 or 6 times that thing already, where I'm rushing because I don't want to have to fight them again. Just get hit by one, and then the other 4 start wailing in, and you're dead. And screaming at your monitor like a frustrated child. Oh my god, get to this fucking swamp one.
Oh, he's almost dead. He's got like 2 hits left. No! No! Bad man. Bad touch. Oh, get in there. And you die. I am better than you are. Because I am a pink knight. And I am going to go and snog the princess now. Enjoy the afterlife, you son of a bitch.
I've got my pipe hat on. Hoping that gives me luck.
Holy shit. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I originally started the stream, like, I was going to start it at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, which was 12:30 in the afternoon. 12, about right afternoon. Well, I realized it was, I put Eastern Standard Time, and that's my time zone, and I've completely blanked out. I meant to do it about 12:30, not 9:30 in the morning. So I look on Twitch. I completely bombed people coming and watching the stream today. Because I turned Twitch on and there's 40 people that have seen my channel. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. So I click repost. Hey, it's Pacific Standard Time, not Eastern Standard Time. And nobody showed up yet. It's been like 2 hours, nobody gives a shit. So, it is what it is. It's one of those things starting out. It's like, I want just one person to see this. One person! And then that one person will turn into let's try and get 5 people. If you have siblings, please let them watch.